everybody, and welcome to That Dog Training Show. And this is Tanya Yarbrough. And this is the show where we talk about the dogs we love and the stupid human behaviors we don't, also known as shubs. So if you watch or listen to, it's not up yet. We had a lot of technical difficulties with our move and everything, but when my Veterans Day show comes up pretty soon, the next 24, 48 hours, I want to just add this little addendum to it. And that is that it'll make sense when you listen to it. So I'm just encouraging you to at least listen to 2 episodes of this if this is your first time. This is episode number 67. So number 66 said we were talking about retired military dogs and the National Defense Authorization Act of 2015 that I discussed. I did not make it clear in the last episode where that retired military working dog amendment was added in. It was vetoed by President Obama, so the military working dogs still are going to be firstly adopted overseas if that's where their last assignment was, and secondarily the handlers or the veterans who worked with them will get a chance after the fact if they don't have a home, and they will have to pay out of pocket or find a nonprofit organization to help pay for the transport of those dogs into this country. So I just wanted to let you know that the military working dog amendment did not make it. So anyway, now that you're completely confused because I'm referring to the previous episode, welcome back. It's been a long time since I've been running and going with this show, talking about these crazy dogs and all the crazier people. For those of you guys who went to the Pack Leadership 101 seminar this last Sunday in Echo Park, specifically Blue Collar Working Dog, I want to thank you. It was a good time. You were very lively and very involved and just really eager to talk about things, and we had some good laughs. So hopefully you didn't have any too many nightmares that night, but I want to tell you I appreciated your participation. And for those of you who are interested, Pack Leadership 101 seminar is the longest running one-woman 3-hour show about dog behavior and how you can be your own dog whisperer. The last one for the year is the 3rd Sunday of December, which I believe is the 19th. So if you're interested, go to bluecollarworkingdog.com, look for the training tab up in the upper left corners or kind of mid-center there, and then you can go and check out the Pack Leadership 101 seminar, and you'll see my mug on there, my red-headed mug. So anyway, the thing I wanted to talk about today's topic is dog menus. Doggy menus. It's fantastic. We get dogs because we actually usually want to get out of the house and do things with them. They are our little working companions. So it is kind of cool to find lots of dog-friendly places to go to. And so not only that for the sake of fun and getting out and having adventures on your own, even if they are small adventures, it's also really important for your dog to be exposed to as many environments as possible, because if you stay within your own little world with your training world, they're not going to be able to handle new things, and they're not going to be very stimulated with new things. The very fact that you take your dog out to new environments is a mental and a brain activity that requires them to be alert and pay attention, absorb, and it's really important that they get that stimulation, not just physical activity, but also mental activity and stimulation. I mean, if you talk about the zoos, if you talk to anyone who works at zoos, there's a whole field of what we call enrichment, where they actually bring objects or build things for the different animals so they can be mentally stimulated and not be in the same environment day in and day out. So it's really important with our little dog companions that we get them inspired once in a while with new environments. So I highly recommend that you force yourself to go on weekly or monthly little trips and little adventures to go and work out your dog's brain and have some fun at the same time. So here's the deal. If you follow me on Instagram at That Dog Training Show, or Twitter at Kazzy Dog Train, Kazzi Dog Train, you would know that I have celiac disease. and that I am allergic to corn and rice and coconut and bananas and all grains and onions and garlic. So really for me, eating out is damn near impossible, quite honestly. But I do love food. I dearly love food. I miss food because food is one of my best friends. But I can't have food that's been cooked by somebody else because I have to be in control like a freak about everything. So I now just go out for tequila or a glass of wine after I've eaten, but my dog might be able to enjoy some stuff by going to places that are dog friendly. And that allows me to feel like a normal person, even if I can't eat anything there. So what I want to do is talk about some of the things that I've found that are really interesting, either by research or by experience. And I came upon this article by Christina Lotz. It's on ilovedogs.com. And the list that she has is her top 10 dog-friendly places. So what's going on is that she's got her favorites, but I'm going to add some stuff because it's not always available for all of you guys. All right, so first of all, she mentioned Starbucks. Starbucks is not my favorite. I'm a coffee bean and tea leaf, mostly because of my celiac disease issue. That's a whole nother show, and it's not even my topic to talk about. But they have, and she, by the way, this was her top 10 secret menus for dogs. So they don't advertise this openly, but she just wanted you to know what the deal is so you can ask for these things. So if you go to Starbucks with your dog, they have what is called a puppuccino, and it's an espresso shot size. There's no espresso, don't freak out. Paper cup full of whipped cream. Now, if your dog does not do well with dairy, don't do this. Okay, but if your dog is pretty tolerant of dairy, then it's an okay thing to do once in a blue moon. I wouldn't do it a lot. So it does have sugar in it, I think, so that's another thing to be concerned about. But once in a blue moon is okay if your dog can tolerate it. Her number 2 on the list is In-N-Out. That personally is my number 1, and I'll explain why shortly. So In-N-Out Burger, for those of you who are not in the sort of the western part of the United States, is a California-born basic burger menu, drive-through. They also have sit-down now, but originally it was just drive-through. And it is straight up fresh meat, fresh everything. Very simple menu, really, really good. I can have their fries there because it's not fried with glutinous stuff. They don't use corn oil in their fryers. So it's a nice place for me to go if I need something really quick before I get like so hypoglycemic I start wanting to kill people on the freeway, which does happen in California, by the way. So when you're doing this, you can go and get a pup patty or a dog patty, and that's just a plain hamburger with no salt. So it'll clean the grill for you and make a pup. I usually get 2 or 3 for my dog, and then this is something they can have. Now, be careful because these are extremely hot, so do be cautious about just giving your dog this burger right out of the paper bag. It's going to be really hot for a while. So I like In-N-Out personally because it is a fantastic opportunity to teach your dog to be socialized with the concept of people coming up to your car window when you have to take an order, because a lot of times you either drive up to the drive-through window or someone is if the line is really long, which it's almost always really long in California. If it's really long, they'll have a person with a remote menu order taker, so they can take your order while you're waiting in line before you even get to the windows. And so this was a great opportunity for me to take Rambo with me and get him used to the idea of people, because he would freak out and growl and bark. And so I would do this, and then we go to a window and he'd growl and bark as I paid for it, and then I go to the next window and all of a sudden, hot fries and burgers, and most of it was for him. And he started learning really fast that In-N-Out was the coolest place ever. And he loved seeing those people come in the window. And he was so happy to go greet people, just like stand on the console and just wag his tail. And Rambo's afraid of people, in case you haven't listened to my shows before. He's afraid of people. So for him to do that and be like, hi, best friend, is really impressive. I still have to take Yonkers because she's kind of a little brat. a little only because she's 6.5 pounds, but she's a big brat in a little body, and I need to take her with me to in and out several occasions so she gets over her garbage. So you have a dog that's actually a little aggressive about, not where you can't control him, but a little aggressive about people approaching the car, or needs to be socialized with people and you need a safe distance, and they're immediately associating with this awesome smell and taste of burgers and fries. This is a great option for you. All right, number 3 that Christina Lotz put in there is Sprinkles. For those of you who are not on the West Coast, Sprinkles is a gourmet cupcake shop. There's even one in Beverly Hills with a vending machine, because a lot of people seem to have the munchies in the middle of the night, and there are not a lot of 7-Elevens in Beverly Hills. So it is a not-so-secret menu item, she says, because Sprinkles Cupcakes has a special Doggie cupcake on their menu that is sugar-free and topped with a yogurt frosting, and they're available every day. So it's something that you could go with your friends and get something kind of silly and take crazy pictures and put them on Instagram like I do. All right, number 4, Handel's Homemade Ice Cream and Yogurt. This is a 40-unit ice cream chain. I actually don't see these very often. I think they're over here in the West Coast. Yes, they are, but I don't go to them very often. So Handel's, it's HANDEL''S, homemade ice cream and yogurt, and they serve Frosty Paws. Frosty Paws, it's a dog ice cream made with soy at the Redondo Beach, California location. But the rest of the chain has dog stirs. It's some veterinary-approved dog treat available in peanut butter and mint flavors. It doesn't describe the treat. I imagine it's just something that goes in a cup. A dog with a cup treat, something like that. Anyway, number 5, Tim Hortons. Now that is not a West Coast thing. That's a Canadian thing, and in the northern states of United States, Tim Horton offers a sugar-free doggy version of their famous Timbits, which is a bite-sized donut. So it's a kind of a donut and coffee shop like Dunkin' Donuts, Tim Hortons, and they do sell a doggy version of their little donut holes, but they will limit you to 1 per canine. So if you plan on like stuffing your dog with that because you ran out of dog food, you're out of luck. All right, number 6, Dairy Queen. That's pretty much all over the place. Ask for a pup cup, she says, and your dog will be treated like royalty with a free small vanilla soft serve ice cream cup. Obviously, again, with the dairy and the sugar, just be smart about this. Apparently, the little note that says after this, which I did not read, it says that pup cups are offered at specific locations. So you might decide to call the Dairy Queen ahead of time if you decide to go on a trip. If you're planning a little trip, make sure they actually serve that there and not like get, disappointed. All right, number 7, Shake Shack, which I'm not as familiar with because it's on the eastern United States, and it has a canine cuisine on the menu, so it's not a secret. But they have things like Puccini, which is a shack burger, dog biscuits, and peanut butter sauce, a vanilla custard, or bag o' bones, a bag of 5 shake burger dog treats. It sounds very extensive, but it's all like trick or treat, crazy sugary stuff and some and all that. So anyway, the Shake Shack sounds like your dog can get a major carbohydrate high just like you, and both of you will not be able to drive afterwards. Number 8, the Naughty Dog Marina Cafe. That's NAUTIDAWG Marina Cafe, and this is at Lighthouse Point, Florida, and they have a canine cuisine. Just for dogs. I would hope that people would figure that out, but maybe they have to explain that one. It includes several dishes served in a dog bowl. Well, okay, some choices include bacon, chicken breast, mahi fillet, and even skirt steak. I could eat that if nobody cooked it. They should just cook it for the dogs with no salt or anything. It's like completely clean grill, and I could eat it too, but I'm sure they won't let me. All right, number 9, Tin Shed Garden Cafe. It's located in Portland, Oregon. This cafe has their doggy items right on the menu. It's not a secret. She got away from the secrets really fast. That Christina is sneaky like